Back here, but they look at Fartcoin. All right, we're going to take a look here, see where this thing could be headed, how high we could go in the short term here, and how long this, how high this thing could go over the long term. Once we hit our alt season, and are we going to get rejected here, or does this have another push to the upside yet? First off, I want to show you the crypto bubbles here, because we have had Bitcoin break out of a wedge. It was in a 1 hour wedge here that had a breakout from, and this is the last hour. Okay, let's let this load up first, because that was the last hour, the last video I just did. But where's Fart? Right here. Okay, at minus 0.4. Let's see what happens here once this reloads. This penguin, where's this thing at now? Rank number 91. It's unbelievable how some of these, right here, Fartcoin, rank number 67. Unbelievable. $1 billion market cap. $1 billion in a crypto called Fartcoin. Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, people, it's unreal. What kicks in, and as the price action starts going up, and you come back out here, and FOMO kicks in, and boom, this thing went up to $2.11. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. But right now it's down minus 0.5. But look what the last hour. Look at some of this stuff, and for the day, you can see how it was a red day. For the most part, maybe 40% of the stuff here was red. Then you go to the last hour after Bitcoin breaks the wedge, and there you go. In fact, I'll show you that wedge real quick. Let's go over here. You got to zoom in on the hourly. All right, I was watching this before I even put any videos out today, but there's the wedge. And there's the break, right? The measured move for this thing, right, is up at, let me show you, put a fib on here first, because obviously the 618 and 702 is the first area you want to get through. $100,000, that's the targeted move. If you take the width of the wedge, all right, like you're supposed to do, and put it on your breakout, that gives you your target, right? Okay, let's pull this over. There you go. Right up towards that $100,000. So Bitcoin looking good, which obviously that's going to make the rest of the market run right. We have Bitcoin dominance getting up here and getting squeaked to the point of eventually rolling over here. Okay, this thing has just been a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Been waiting for this to roll over for quite some time. All right, now we have this is on the 4 hour. Let's get out on the daily. Look at this thing. I mean, it's just been kind of straight up here, right? Now if we look at the RSI, that daily, you got bearish divergence on it down here, number one. You can see that prior high back here, and then lower highs coming in. The opposite with the dominance chart. The weekly, right at the very, very top, right? I mean, it's right there to the point. Anytime this thing is going to start smashing over, and we're going to get this alt season that I've been talking about, right? I mean, you guys, I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. I'm sick of saying it, right? I mean, this yellow line is ultimately the big one, but this white one coming up through here, that'll give us our first indication of a breakdown. You can see pretty clearly in here. If you can hear the rain, I apologize. We're just, we have a river out back of our house. We got flooded, about 7 months ago now. And I mean, this creek normally is like a river. I guess it's called a river, but normally 4 or 5 feet deep. When the flood came, it was like 18 to 20 feet deep. I mean, it was 3 feet deep in our garage. So every rain we get gets a little bit scary. It's been raining all day. Of course, the river's up, but still pretty far away from the house, so we always keep an eye on that. And another thing you can see down here with dominance, right? Declining. If this was volume, declining volume here too on the weekly. Which is good to see, right? I mean, this thing, you have 5 waves up. The question is, was this valid, this wick? If it was, the target for the, that I can see the absolute most of this going to is 68. Or hold on 1 second here. Make sure I have that right at the top. 66. I'm sorry. It was 66.8. No, it's 68. Pull this up in a little bit. 66.9, right around there. Right now we're at 64.8, almost 65. Okay, so little tiny, possibly tiny bit to go. If not, if this was not valid, then it's overextended. So I'm thinking the wick is valid. And we have possibly just a little bit more to go here before this thing, takes its big fall. Now, back over on Fartcoin. Of course, Bitcoin, like I said, we're looking for that 100,000, and then more than likely an ABC correction. Now, here, you got 1, 2, technically 3, 4, and 5. All right, you have 5 waves up in here. Now, if we zoom in, I put this out in Discord because just to warn people, right? I mean, that's my job over there. We took a Matic long, or Polygon, whatever you want to call it. That thing is doing phenomenal. We've been hitting some trades. Ended up getting faked out by Bitcoin yesterday. Lost a couple. It was a bummer. They were textbook entries, man, right on the retest. And Bitcoin rolled over, unfortunately. Now, you always hear people talk about retests, right? That's, that's your ideal time to enter is when you want to get, on a long, is a retest. Right down through here, you had this breakout right here, okay? Now, your retest would have been right here, okay? You had the breakout, came back down to retest the breakout, and then whoof, the thing took off. But that's what they talk about, getting in on a retest. That's what we did yesterday, absolutely perfectly. Not on Fartcoin, I forget what it was, but and you can see the volume kick in right there too, right on the retest. You get the volume, pushes the thing right up. But they were textbook entries. Nothing to feel bad about. They should have been good trades, and they ended up rolling over. If you want to join our Discord, guys, there's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. And you also get 10 hours of videos to teach how to start charting also. It's $15, so it's affordable to everybody. What you want to be careful here with Fartcoin is right here. And there's also a description for weeks. That's the leverage trading site we use. No KYC if you don't want it. This is a possibility, right? Okay, if it comes up, I apologize. Now you can hear the rain, I'm sure. It does not take out this low right here up at $1.18.2, you might as well say. Then that 5 wave down is definitely a possibility. Now, if it pushes up here to that level, okay, what can we be looking at as far as a pullback? 98.8. Right? If it stops here and rolls over, right around $1, okay, as far as a pullback, you'd be looking at $1 if it stops here. If it pushes up higher, like I said, 98.8, 98.9, 98.8, right around there. But to go any higher from here, it has to take out that $1.18.2. All right, now on your RSIs, the 4-hour, getting right near the top, right? I honestly think it's probably going to give a 5th wave down here. I think it needs a correction right now just from all the upside action it's had, which no big deal, man. You got to correct sometimes, right? Keeps getting rejected by this trend line coming up through here so far. But even if it breaks it, like I said, has to take out 18.2, all right, with a closing candle. Wicks don't count. If we come out on a daily, let's look at the RSIs. Daily RSI just about reset, all right? So you get that fifth wave down maybe, and that daily is reset. The weekly, getting right near the top, right? You got your weekly getting up there, and your monthly. Oh, I just seen something on the weekly. Very interesting. Look at that. Oh yeah. If you look at charts a lot, you spotted that. You had to have. Take a look at that a second. You guys that are in Discord, members of the channel, I'm sure you see what I'm talking about, don't you? Sticking out there like a sore thumb, right? If I grab this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what do you see? I see a 1, 2, working on a third wave here. All right, 3. Hard to tell. The deeper the 4 goes, the higher the 5 wave goes. So you always hope for a deep wave 4, and that gives you that fifth wave higher target, right? Now, overall, where you would be looking for Fartcoin to eventually get back to, which that could be the, what it's working on here with this 5 waves, potentially 5 waves, is this target right over here. Oops, look at my rectangle. There we go, right up here. All right, right up at $1.77 to $1.98. Okay, and when this alt season kicks in, all right, what if we blow through that? What if we blow through there? What if we hit 220 and it keeps going? 431. That you never know, right? I mean, we're already at what, $1.14, and we're not in an alt season yet. Is this a possibility? It's definitely possible, for sure. No question about it. That is definitely possible. Now the weekly, that RSI is getting right near the top, so that wave 4 is coming. Coming at some time here. But each one of these candles represent 1 week. And when that weekly starts pulling back, you're going to get your 4th wave pullback, and then your 5th wave to the upside. All right, it's not going to be it's going to look like a crash, pretty hard crash, right? But more than likely, it's a 4th wave pullback, and then a 5th wave up. Okay, right here is the 1, 2 on the weekly. Your wave 1 and 2. All this is a wave 3 in here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, working in here. Okay. Now, like I said, look more something like this on a. This would all be a wave 3. Hard to say where this goes. If it stops here, we get that. Get a pullback and then a 5th wave to the upside. I think this 3 wave is probably going to push a little bit higher, because it wouldn't make sense for a just that 5 waves down there to be, I think that'll push a little bit higher, and you get your 4th wave pullback, and then your 5th wave up. Sometimes this can give you a little clues. 1618 is normally a target for your 5th wave, but then it all depends on how far your 4 pulls back. I can get real technical here, but I'm not going to. All right, so Fartcoin looking pretty decent. Like I said, in the short term, I would be watching this trend line in this area very, very closely. Right here at that 118.2. If you don't get a break there, like I said, watch for a pullback. If it stops here, right around $1. If it comes up here, right around 99, 99 cents to $1, and that would give you your 5th wave down, and then I would see another move starting back up again, potentially after that, which if If you get that fifth wave down here to $1, right there, all right, you go up this low, Fibonacci, yeah, look at that, perfect. That'll be a 50% retracement, the start to the upside, you know. Quite honestly, I would more than likely, me myself personally, I'd be watching for more than likely a pullback down here to $1. I might even look at entering a long position around there. We got one, like I said, we got in Matic Polygon over there in Discord. Absolutely perfect entry. Trade is looking really good so far. So come join us, guys. It's the level 3 membership in the description of the video. We have 175 members in there. We would love to have you. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll be back with you soon here. We'll see how this plays out. Have a great day.